All right, brother, let's talk about the two trades I took on Monday. So on Monday, I noticed that we had a hourly SMT bearish, as you can see. NQ never took this high out, and ES did. So NQ is clearly the weaker asset. And I zoomed out onto the 4 hour, and I noticed at the time that we had a 4 hour fair value gap that hasn't been filled yet, right? So I knew that the bigger time frame had a reason for us to go lower, right? Which was to rebalance back to this 4 hour busy. And the four reasons why market moves is one, it's either attacking liquidity, two, it's rebalancing back to equilibrium, which we did right here. We rebalanced back to equilibrium from this range, right? We went back, and it also the third one is we're rebalancing back to inefficiencies, which is rebalancing back to the fair value gap. And the fourth one is we're either generating liquidity. So those are the four reasons why market moves. So in my mind, I seen we had this hourly S&T, and so I zoomed in on the 15 minute, and I noticed we had a change in the state of delivery right here. Change in the state of delivery, as well as ES, we had a change in the state of delivery right there. And we also had a bearish fair value gap right there, as you can see. We had a bearish 15-minute fair value gap. ES did as well, as you can see right here. And so I zoomed in on the 5 minute, right? Zoomed in on the 5 minute, and my screen, I hopped on the chart around like 6:20. Yeah, because I woke up kind of late. But so my screen looked like this. My screen looked like this at the time. Yeah, I noticed we had this 5 minute change of state delivery, 15-minute fair value gap. So I'm waiting to see if we just automatically just reject back down to these lows right here, or if we want to come up, tap this change of state delivery and the 15-minute fair value gap, and then push lower, which is what we did. So at this point, I'm waiting for market to open, right? I'm on the 1 minute waiting for market to open. I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. 9:30 opens. Boom. 9:30 opens. We pumped up, tapped the change of state delivery with the fair value gap, and we immediately pushed down. Look at that displacement down. And in my eyes, I seen we had another change in state delivery, right? And it looks clear on the 30 second. Another change in state delivery with this 30 second inverse fair value gap. Oops. And so in my eyes, I'm waiting for a rebalance back to the inverse and the change in state delivery. So I had my entry right here with my stop with the stop at this high, targeting targeting the Friday's lows. As you can see, the draw was very clear, bro. It was these lows right here, equal lows. We had a big bearish SMT, change of state, 15-minute for value gap, and we had equal lows, these low resistant liquidity, easy drawn liquidity, right? And so I was waiting for that rebalance, right? Back. I took a and so I took a short, took a short. I was waiting, boom, took a short, stop at this high, targeting the lows. So I'm waiting, waiting, and waiting. I seen we took out this internal buy side right here, this internal buy side liquidity. Boom, we displaced down again, creating another change in the state delivery on the 30 second. Put my stop at this high because we took out these internal highs. There's no need for price to come up and take out this high if we want to go lower, right? This is a good protected high. So I reduced my risk, still targeting the equal lows, and end up getting stopped out. Why did I end up getting stopped out? Stopped out. Well, the reason was because We had an SMT right here on the 5 minute. We took out the internal low, not taking out the equal lows yet, but we took out this internal low, right? We took out that internal low, and we created an SMT with ES because ES never took out those internal lows. So we had a bullish 5 minute SMT, as you can see. SMT never took out those lows. Look right here, never took out those lows. I did notice it at the time, but I didn't really think of it. I thought we were just ready to dump. So my screen looked exactly like this. I know I had this SFT marked, but I didn't think we were gonna come up and tap the changes in state and the 15 minute fair value gap again, taking out this high. So I got stopped out, and I immediately knew what price was doing. We came up to take out buy side once again, and at this point, I just took the entry too early. It was right at what was this, like 5 minutes into market open. We're still volatile, so we took out this internal high. Took out the internal high. Oops. Boom, swept that. And now at this point, I was waiting for another change in the state delivery to the downside, right? And I was watching ES at the time as well. ES took out that internal high as well. You can see, boom, took it out. And I seen we displaced. We had good displacement, right? Let me play this. So I was waiting for a change in the state. Waiting. That's not good. Boom. That's displacement right there. That big down candle right here. Displacement. I then took a short right as we displaced down. Stop at this high above the order block. Targeting the lows once again, the equal lows. Right. That was a draw liquidity. But I kind of messed up on the entry because I just thought we were ready to dump. The best entry should have waited for the retracement back to the order block. That would have been a better entry, in my opinion. If I was to enter right there, target those, that would have been better risk for sure, but doesn't matter. I took a short right here, targeting the equal lows, right? So boom, took a short. I'm waiting. Boom. Then we created another bullish S&T right here. Small bullish S&T. So let's see, right here. Took out this low. Oops. Bullish S&T. ES took it out, and Q never did. And at this point, I had my stop at break even because this bullish S&T, and I just had a feeling we weren't ready to dump. Price was just wonky, and I kind of knew that we were gonna come back. So I got stopped out right here in profit. I mean, in at break even, sorry. And yeah, I was just waiting to see what we wanted to do, and we were just kind of chopping up on the 1 minute. It was just one of those days where we just took longer to hit the draw liquidity. There was really no good entry. Um, and that was it, man. I hopped up the charts around this time. I was like, yeah, I already know what's going on. But as you can see on we end up hitting these equal lows for the lunch macro. Here, let me speed this up. For the lunch macro, we end up hitting. Look, we never hit those. We left those equal lows. We came up. Lunch macro. Where's lunch macro? Boom, boom. We're generating all this sell side liquidity. Lunch macro ends right here. Boom. We just end up dumping, taking out that. But yep, that was the two trades I took.